got.
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Tottenham transfer news show. Big up to everyone that's come over from the Saeed raid. If you've come over, make sure you drop a Saeed raid in the chat. Make sure you like the video when you're checking in, people. It don't take a second. It don't cost a thing. So smash a like button on your way in. Let's get to 50 likes. That's a standard for our shows. And yeah, man, as you can see by Hyper, become a delinquent today, fools. Become a delinquent. Hit the link in the pinned comment to become a member of the channel and show your support in an extra way. Let's big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to my guy Hyper, who says big up Durag Diaries, my G. That is my G Hyper. Man, like spotlight on Spurs. Yo, yo, yo. Hope you're doing well, Luke. Don't know if people can see. Luke's got some video coming out later on. Got a special little breakdown for you, so keep a lookout for that if you want some evening entertainment. 9:30 tonight, spotlight on Spurs. But there's been a lot going on in the world of Tottenham, a lot going on in the world of football over this weekend. We obviously had the announcement, Matisse Tell confirmed to Tottenham. You know, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Yeah? Let me tell you people something. I ain't mad. I ain't mad. A lot of people didn't want the Tell signing. A lot of people got mad at the Tell signing. But I'm going to tell you that this is a good, smart acquisition from Tottenham for a young player that has upside in potential. And we may see the best of him in the years to come. Now, obviously, from what we've seen at him currently at Spurs, not the best of things. But we'll get into it a bit later as to what I really think about Tell, how we're going to move on forward with Tell, and what I think Thomas Frank can do with him going forward. Away from that, we've obviously seen MBUEMO. Yeah, that's what we're calling it now, because we're about to get the high track. MBUEMO, yeah. He was on the I don't know what they call it. The F1 thing. He was just around. He was floating. He was around. He had asked some questions. And he spoke up. Gave us a bit of a breakdown on Frank. Will he come to Man United or Spurs? Maybe he dropped a little hint. We're going to go into that. Frank has revealed some of his top targets, who he wants for Tottenham. So we are going to talk about those people as well. But before we do any of that stuff, you know, talk to the transfers and that, let's talk to the chat. Let's see what everyone's saying in the chat. If you got any questions, drop them in here. Let's just say Wagwan. Let's get warmsy. Yeah, we're going to get into all of the good stuff. It's real soon. But you have to take time. You have to take time for 1 second, you know what I mean? And I don't know about anyone else, yeah? But as you can see, man's looking like Rudolph a bit today. Hay fever's been fisting man up. Like, I can't lie. Hay fever's got 3 rounds. I've got none right now. I've got 0 right now. It's looking like it's a unanimous decision. Hay fever, fist man up, defeated. Jords is out for the count. But that's cool. Because I'm sure I ain't the only one. Yeah. If hay fever's defeating you too, you let me know how you're feeling. The weather's clean outside right now. Sun's shining. So big up to everyone who's gonna be enjoying their day. Big up to yeah, man. Let's talk to the chat. Big up to my guy, Mr. Udang, who says big up to Jords. You already know where it is. Who says MBUEMO doing it in boomerang on Man United. I hear it. No doubt about that. Yeah, he tried to dash where Frank tried to get rid of him. Frank done the thing where he flung it, and he was like, yeah. You know when it goes around, it looked like it was going to United, flying way back around, coming over these sides. Coming to Tottenham. Also, I don't even want to reveal too much, but if you know, you can see the settings right now. Yeah? Only the real ones, the Spurs fans that know. 25-26 away. Keep a lookout. Yeah. I had to. I've been telling people this one, I had to get it done. There's no doubt about that. That shameless Statman run from LB was great. It was needed. Do you know what the thing is with what LB said, Jer? Because he's going on about Solanke this, Solanke that. And I've had Spurs fans doing it as well. I had to cook Jay and Elijah. I had to cook Jay and Elijah for this too early on in the season. Because they're trying to get onto a player, a striker at that. A player who puts the ball in the back of the net. What is the job of a striker? It's to score goals. How does a striker score goals? Having chances created for them. Yeah? So, if you can't score goals because you're not having chances created for you, whose fault is that? Is that yours, the managers, or the systems? It's the system and the managers. What are we doing here? Yes, you may have some role to play in that if you're missing loads and loads of chances. 12 big chances missed in about 30 Premier League games. A man was acting like that was bad. LB, have some shame. Have some class. Have some class. Yeah? Solanke's a good player. Good all-round link-up. I think he definitely needs to get in the gym. There's one part about, we were talking about earlier with Terry, yeah? Big up Terry and KJ, had me on straight facts for the last 45 minutes. Yeah, we were talking about Ekatike. He's got that archetype and build, similar to, everyone's played with some of them. When you were young, you played with an Afman. Some of them were skinny, but PMP, yeah? Pace and power, that's what they're known for. Abdoulare Decore, look at them. He's tall, he's skinny, he's long. You think they can shift them. You got players like Joe Linton that will go up to them and try to barge them and think that he's going somewhere. Nah. Their bone density is different over there. I'm telling you, the bone density is just different. These guys look skinny, they're slim, they're tall. You think you can bully them, but they're not go nowhere. You push into them and you're just pushing. You're at a brick wall, bro. You're touching a brick wall. Nothing's moving. Now, that's not Solanke. I'm not going to lie. Ekatike, he's got that about him. He's got that thick bone density. Solanke, he's been eating too much fish and chips. Definitely too much sausage and mash. Yeah, I don't think he's got the facilities for that one. He needs some egusi and some pounded jam and needs some, he needs some country food. That's what he really needs. It might help him bulk up a little. But more than anything, definitely needs to get in the gym, and that's where he can improve himself. But I don't think that Tottenham have created enough chances for him this season for us to sit there and be mad at his goal return. 16 goals, I think it was 15 or 16. 15 or 16 goals in all competitions isn't a bad return. I expected him to get 20, 21. So for him to get 15, 16 isn't a bad season, especially when you take into consideration he wasn't created for that much. So you have to take what you can get, but Solanke isn't as bad as LB or anyone else makes him out to be. Is he a number one striker who's going to score 20 goals a year? No, he's not going to score 20 goals a year. That's why I think he should be part of a striker duo that Spurs need. So we definitely need to sign another striker, and we may be looking at some of them later. Keep your eye out. Make sure you don't go nowhere. Man like Chills is in the building. Big up to you, my bro. It sounded like an agenda. Most definitely right. It did sound like an agenda. Big up Jords and the chat, my guy Jay Spurs. I hope you're well. We don't even utilize Solanke's aerial ability. That's the thing. We utilized it a few times, and then there was that game where he scored a header, and it was like, yo, now we're gonna start crossing it into him, and then they just start spamming crosses. So there's no in between. Spurs and Pedro Porro and crew them, they need to work on that side of things. Definitely need to work on that side of things. But yes, we know Ed C. It's the year of the birds. Yeah, year of the birds. Us man are floating. In fuck that. We're soaring. Yeah, we're soaring through the skies. Yeah, year of the birds settings. Yeah. So most definitely they need to get to know. If you don't know, definitely get to know. But yes, my guy Starcrow. Hope you're well. Tall, skinny, and long is crazy. Now you're hyper. You're mad. Your mind's in the gutter. Your mind's in the gutter. Facts. I said the pounded jam instead of yam. He needed a pounded thing, yeah. Man used to be eating with his hand, yeah, dipping it in. Like he needs that side of things, bro. That's exactly what he needs. Big up Jords. The black kit is wavy. I can't lie. My guy Anton, I hope you're well. Yeah, man, the black kit is super wavy. And you probably can't see the small details, but in all these lines, as you can see, very similar. Probably won't be able to see, but all these lines says Spurs. It says Spurs in each of the line. So it's got those little details that just make it an extra bit clean. I did have a new kit arrive today. Can't lie. I did have a new one arrive. And some people are going to say I'm glazing. You might say I'm glazing, but I had a new one arrive today when I was on stream. It had to get done. It had to get done. I might be glazing, but I had to get done. Best player in the world right now. I was like, there's no way I'm going on holiday to Barcelona without a Yamal top. It can't happen. It just can't happen. So that one needed to get done. No, like it says here, 144, 149 in here, 24 likes, 25. What's going on? Yeah. I saw Saeed getting onto the crew them, yeah, last stream because you weren't getting the likes to 1K. We've not got a 1K like goal, you know. Our goal's 50. It's not hard. Half of you like the stream. Not even half, a third. A third of you might like the stream. It's done. We won't even talk about it again. Trust me. Don't care after 50. But Gareth Bale and let me just say, it's not that I don't care after 50. I definitely do care. But once we hit a goal, we hit the goal. So that's all that matters. But exclusive. Gareth Bale was fronting a takeover bid for Plymouth Argyle with a US private equity firm. You know what? Congrats to Gareth Bale, man. That'll be a good club for him to take over. Plymouth, decent team. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I was gonna say they've got Rooney as manager, but I'm pretty sure they sacked Rooney, and they've now got Cleverley. That's it. I'm pretty sure they've now got Cleverley. Yes, he's been appointed as a new manager. So they moved on from Rooney, but they got the young G, Rooney's young G in Tom Cleverley, man. Yo, man, how's it going? Is your channel membership working? Yes, it should be working. Let me check the link myself to make sure it is working. What this will do, when you click on the link, it will bring you to the page and it will bring you to the membership tab where you can choose delinquent or descendant. So yes, if you go to the pinned comment and you tap the link, it will take you straight to the membership page where you can see the membership benefits and you can choose your level of membership, Sean. So yeah, man, I hope you're well and I'd love to see you become a member. Brian is going to United. Good luck, Frank. Well, MBUEMO is coming to Tottenham. Trust me. Yeah, and that one's gonna stick on as well. I know people are gonna start doing the MBUEMO soon, but yeah, I know he's coming. And nah, Jay, we're gonna get round to that. I touched it briefly, but we're gonna get round to that. What's good, everyone? What's good, my guy E? I can't lie, people. I'll just hold my hands up now. Serious sports news episode didn't happen last week. I think we both got really busy, but I'll hold up my hands and say it was probably me. We got really, really busy, but it will be happening this week. I will make sure that you see old Drag E by his new permed curl hair because, hey, E, don't know what's going on, yeah? Man went and got a perm. He went in the hairdressers and got a perm, people. I'm playing around. But no, yes, that's it too. Elijah's got exams, but definitely serious sports news. Look out for it this week. We will be talking about that. It was both of us. It was definitely both of us. But we'll be back next week. We'll be back next week, as it says here. So look out for SSN on a Friday at 5 p.m. And big up to Sean for becoming a member. Yo, we got a new delinquent in the yard. Yeah, we got a new a descendant. Huh? He didn't play games. He's a level above. Yeah, Sean is a descendant. He's joined the crew then for real. Yeah, I can't lie. We need some more descendants in the building. We need some more descendants in the building. And as Hype says here, I'll be real. Durag Diaries is the only channel I support that actually posts members-only videos. I always give the members an exclusive. I can't lie. Before most of my videos come out, my uploads, my members always get an exclusive. Whether it's a day, whether it's 2 days, you're always getting an exclusive on my videos, even if it's an hour. Like if I make the video and I'm gonna drop it the same day, you're gonna get a little exclusive. I try to make sure I'm giving you guys something a little bit extra because as much as you're paying to support, you're paying to get something a little bit more than everyone else. So I need to make sure I'm giving that to you. And plus, we're working on the full content, the full channel thing. We've got videos on Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Man United, everyone, innit? So we're working. Next season, you'll see maybe a panel show put together once a week. Boardroom talks are going to be more often. I know Jacob was getting mad last week. But we're gonna have a boardroom talks again next week when there's more news going around and stuff like that. So no way. But love the way you battered Arsenal fans in the Georges vid. Love from Ireland. Hey, big up to Sean, man, checking in from the Georges video. If you haven't seen that, make sure you go watch that. 5 Arsenal fans versus 1 Tottenham fan, and I held it down. This ain't the first time I've been in that situation too. It ain't the first time. If you know, you know. Sport Bible. There was also 5 Arsenal fans against a Tottenham fan, and I was the 1 Tottenham fan because I'm comfy. Yeah, I'm around. I make Arsenal fans not comfy in their own ends. There'll be 5 of them. They ain't comfy when I'm there. They're not comfy when I'm around. Fucking hell, the blonde highlights are on too. are on route too. Come on, man. Come on. But Solanke was running around like a headless chicken and wasn't in a position to score more goals. You have a point. At times he was running around and probably didn't have enough instruction, but that is down to the system too, man. The system wasn't as fluid as it needed to be in the attack. So there's no doubt about that there. But let's get into some of the stuff. Let's get into some of the news and some of the gossip and things that we have seen over the weekend. Because I know I didn't upload a video of the weekend. This is the first time I didn't upload a video for a couple of days in like a month. So allow me. So I'm gonna get rowdy. Hay fever was kicking me down. So I was thinking about making a video and I was like, yo, me can't right now. Me can't. But the first of all the big news that I have seen across the weekend, I can't lie, this is probably the biggest news because internally, and it's regarding players that are going to be on their way out. Now, again, don't know regards to the source, but I've been seeing this, and the fact that the price that is quoted, I am a bit concerned. I'm a bit concerned, people, because how am I seeing that Tottenham want 30 million euros? 30 million euros. That's change. That's pennies. Matisse Tell cost us more than this. But Spurs apparently only want 30 million euros for Heung-min Son. Are they going crazy? Are Tottenham going mad? Saudi clubs top signings. I need to see how much, because I know they've signed worse players for more money. I know they've signed worse players for more money. But now we're going to see that now they want to start offering this. They want to start offering change and pennies for our players. For our players, they want to start offering change and pennies. Now, I want all seasons. I want all seasons, not 24, 25. Let's have a look, because we're going to go through this. But let's just read the report. It says Fenerbahce and clubs in Saudi interested in Son. Son is open to joining Fenerbahce. Now, I would be very surprised if he's open to joining Fenerbahce. I'd be very surprised. Fenerbahce is a step back for him. Now, I would suggest that this is only being linked to Fenerbahce because of Jose Mourinho. I would suggest that. Now, I don't know whether it's true or not, but I'd suggest that Jose Mourinho is probably the heavy link there as to why he may want to go with Fenerbahce. But I could only see Sonny going to a club in Saudi Arabia or another big European club. I don't see him taking that step back to go down and play Turkish league as of yet. Maybe in 3 or 4 years, he may play in the Turkish league, but right now, he won't. But let's go back to this 30 million euro, because that's the biggest the biggest concern here is 30 million euros. I get he's 33, Luke, but they've signed 40-year-olds or 37-year-olds for more, bro. Look, I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through this just to show you guys, because you guys think I'm going mad. Yeah? Son is 40, lest we forget. At least he moves like he is. He's not. He's definitely not 40. And as Starker says here, Son's shirt sales alone will cover that 30 million. So asking for 30 million euros when Son's shirt sales will probably sells about 25 million. We're going mad. We're going mad. Yeah. As you can see here. Now, Neymar, cool. John Duran, cool. Musa Diaby. Yeah, market value at the time 55 went sold for 60 million when he didn't have a good season at Aston Villa, by the way. He did not have a good season at Aston Villa. I think people seem to forget. At Aston Villa, yeah, you want to see his stats? It was this: 6 goals, 8 assists. This was his stats. Now, obviously, I'm an eye merchant. I'm an eye test merchant. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, the stats mean he's a rubbish player. He's not a rubbish player. But Son, in his last season Spurs at 33 years of age, he got 6 goals, 8 assists. This was Son. Yeah, this was Son in the Premier League. 7 goals, 9 assists. So he had a better season than Diaby did. And Diaby's the player that went for 60 million euros. But you guys are now going to try to tell me that 30 million is about worth what he is. The guy went for double what he did, and he had less goals and less assists than him in his last season. Now, he is young, so that makes sense. There's a little bit more value on the top. But 60 million euros isn't making sense. Otavio. Who? Who's Otavio? Who's this guy? 50 million euros. Don't even know who he is. 30 years of age at the moment. Guy mad. Oh, Malcolm, 60 million. Malcolm was 60 million euros. Malcolm, the Brazilian guy with an English name. What are we doing here? This guy is worth 60 million euros. He scored 9 goals in fucking Saudi League in 30 games. But you're telling me Son is only worth 30. Again, let's move on. No, we're going to move on. Because clearly, I'm the one going mad. I'm the one that's going mad, apparently. I'm going mad. Yeah. Alexander Mitrovic, who moved 2 seasons ago, who's 30 years of age. Oh, Mitrovic was 30. Oh, and he moved from the Championship. Oh, all right. Oh, yeah, but I'm going mad. I'm going mad. That was 52 million euros. Again, let's see what more players. Galeno. Oh, Galeno's gone for more. Galeno went for 50 million euros. Okay. So Galeno went as well. This winger who's not really got much about him. This winger who moved from where did he even come from? Porto or something. What are we doing here? Allow me, man. Allow me. Who else? Oh my God. How could I forget the biggest one? Fabinho at his finished age went for 46 million euros. Oh, look, I'm just going to stop here. I'll stop at Fabinho, yeah. I'm going to stop at Fabinho. Because Fabinho at his age, yeah, because when he moved was 2 seasons ago as well, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's like 36 right now. I'm pretty sure Fabinho's like 36. Yeah. And Lee Gunner's gassed bare mid, man. I'm not going to lie. He's gassed bare mid, man. But this is where we're going to stop. And this is where I draw the line. I draw the line at Fabinho. Because Fabinho was damn sure finished when they signed him. He was finished. And even him, he's 32 this year. He's 32. And he went for 46 million. 46 million for Fabinho. No, you're going mad. So when I saw this report, I was going mad, as you can see. I was going mad because I know that my Sonny, yeah, CR7, yeah, sorry, see, I was getting a bit mad there for a second. But it feels like it sometimes, you know, when you put the 7 on the back, it feels like it. Maybe one day in the past. But my Min Sonaldo, yeah, going 30 million euros is mad. It's mad. So no, not happy about it. That cannot be going on. Things can't be going in like that. Yeah, 30 million euros for Sonny is just madness. It's madness. And to think that Spurs would even consider that doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make no sense. But look, that's just one of the rumors I see over the weekend. There has been some other players that we have looked at, and another player that has been linked to move now. Look, we have spoke about potentially. We have spoke about MBUEMO coming to Spurs. But if we don't get MBUEMO, I have heard that Spurs are starting to shop in a market that Man United may not like. And that market is Old Trafford itself. It's Carrington itself. Spurs may be shopping in the market of Carrington. And the first player that I've seen quite a few links with, I saw the links in January, and I tried to brush them in it. In January, I was like, nah, I'm not trying to hear it. But now I'm starting to hear it. And I'm like, hmm, maybe check. Maybe check this one. That's what I can't lie. When I'm hearing this one now, I'm like, maybe check. Maybe check this one. I'm feeling it a little. Tottenham Hotspur interested in signing Manchester United attacker Marcus Rashford during the summer transfer window. According to a report from Court of Saeed, they've entered the race for 27-year-old England international will face stiff competition from the likes of Aston Villa and Newcastle. The report claims Rashford is out of favour at Man United and they're prepared to sell him this summer. That's something that we've all been aware of. Marcus Rashford's career at Manchester United has been done. It's been done for a while. He's needed somewhere fresh to start his, just get a fresh start, feel like himself again, new environment. And he's had that for the last 4 or 5 months at Aston Villa. Now, for me, I actually think Rashford had a decent spell at Aston Villa. I don't think that he blew up. He didn't necessarily blow up the league with it, but he looked good. He looked a lot better in that system. He seemed like he was a bit more free, had a bit more freedom when he was playing. And he just looked like the older Marcus Rashford that we know. Now, GA side of things, he wasn't lighting up no trees and doing anything mad. He got 2 goals and 2 assists in 10 Premier League appearances, then 2 assists in the Champions League game in 4 matches. I think it's fair to say his performance was better than the stats show. But more than anything, Marcus Rashford is a proven player in the Premier League. Marcus Rashford has shown that he can perform at a top level. I reckon under Thomas Frank or a proper coach, because I'm just saying Tottenham because we've been linked with him. But I actually think Marcus Rashford is primed for a good move. The next move he makes will be a big one, and it will be a good one. Like, Marcus Rashford's never going to take a step back in his career now. I think he's ready. Being at Man United for a long time, he's ready to go to a club that he can actually start to improve his game. I think he's stagnated for so many years, and something that I've held him account to for far too long is he looks down when he runs and he shoots by looking down. He can't finish. He's not actually a finisher. He's got a deadly finish, but his thing is, I'm a Ross it. Yeah, just straight up, billing it up, put the ball in the bag and Ross it. Yeah, he's just on that, and it works sometimes. But then there's sometimes you're watching him, you're like, yo, how did you miss that? But he is a good player. As you can also see in this report, they think he'd be an excellent addition to the Tottenham attacking unit because he's capable of operating across the front three. And that versatility is one of the reasons why Spurs are looking at him, because if you look at the actual Frank news and what Frank is looking for, it has been rumored numerous of times that we're looking for versatile and physical players. Spurs want players that are physically strong, so they've got that pace, they've got that power, like Semenyo, like MBUEMO, like Rashford, but more than anything, they're versatile. They can play in the 9, they can play on the wing. We need players who can play in multiple positions across that front line. And I can't lie, Marcus Rashford, he is that. He is that. Now, I'm seeing people say, what's the price? I'm seeing them say 60 or 70 millions, my guy. Spurs are going to have to pay 60 million for any attacker that we go in for. We've been linked with Garnacho, 50 to 60 million. We've been linked with Rashford, 50 to 60 million. We've been linked with Semenyo, 50 to 60 million. Been linked with MBUEMO, 50 to 60 million. We've been linked with João Pedro, 50 to 60 million. So we paid 60 million for Richarlison, for God's sake. Paid 45 million for Brennan Johnson. So when people are saying the price range isn't a problem for Tottenham. I think Levy has recognized that to get a player from the Premier League, you're going to have to pay in that price range now. So the price won't be the problem for this Rashford move. And also, as you can see that he's an upgrade on Timo Werner. Timo Werner's been sent back to wherever he came from. Hopefully it's fucking Germany. And I hope he never comes back. But more than anything, he's a better option than what we currently have. Spurs have just signed Matisse Tell. And I want to talk a bit about this. Yeah, I want to talk a bit about the Matisse Tell signing because even with that, yeah, Matisse Tell is a good player. He's a talented player. He's got time, but he's not proven. He's still 19 or 20. We're still going to need 4 or 5 years to see, or maybe even 3, whatever. We're still going to need years, and that's plural, to see him at his best. With Rashford, he's already past his best or at the level of where you know what his best is. So it's just getting him back to that level and finding the confidence of him, because Rashford is a confidence player. Rashford's a player that thrives on just having that belief from the manager in him. And I think Rashford would be a good move. I think we're getting Grealish to be honest. What odds on for him too? Grealish is a good option. Sorry. Grealish is a option, not a good one. I just need to clarify that real quick. He's an option, but not a good one. But we have Tell, man. Trust in him. I don't trust in youngsters right now, man. Like, I think we have some good youngsters, but we're playing Champions League next season, Sean. So we need to start to aim for Champions League level players that performed at Champions League. Tell, Moore, Odebert are good players, all very high ceilings, but I need to see it straight away. I'm not willing to wait. So they can get their little drips and drabs of minutes playing some of the smaller competitions, but we cannot, and I mean, we cannot use these players in big games and expect them to perform. It just doesn't make no sense. Rashford is no one without Man United, and he has gotten a huge reality check. He will be the next Lingard. That's lies. A lot of big teams went for Rashford. He will not be Lingard. Lingard's overplaying in Korea or Japan right now, doing up Yokohama Tires FC. Rashford's going to get a big move in Europe. Let's have it right. He's going to still be playing Champions League football. And Rasul, I can't talk too much. Yeah, I got some. I just can't talk too much. Wait a couple weeks, though. A couple weeks. Maybe I'll be able to reveal that one to you. But oh no, not Rash Bandicoot. He's another Werner. He's definitely better than Werner. We're going mad. He's not a Werner, man. He's not a Werner. LB Jr. Hello, Uncle Jords. Do you know? I don't even know who your pops is, but if you mean LB, you'll be on LB's channel, innit? Like, you gotta go. It's LB. But you're going mad. You're going mad. I'm not. I ain't got no uncle that. I ain't got no nephews that look like you. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm mad. Tells 23-24 season backs up how good he can be when we signed him. He didn't play her for like 10 games. He's a good player. He is a good player, man. I think when you look at it, Tell has an upside, innit? Tell does have an upside. And look, well, let's go into that. Let me get the actual report of him signing. Tell signs for Tottenham. Let's get that up. Let's get that up. We'll open it up. Don't worry, guys. I'll do it. Go on then. We'll talk about Telly. We'll talk about Tell. Yeah, look, as we can see, permanent deal for Tell. We're delighted to announce the permanent signing of Matisse Tell from Bayern. Look, they even got all these little links. They've got all these little links. They've upgraded. Matisse Tell did actually score a goal for the Euro under 21s in France, or for France Euro under 21s over the last couple of days. It was a penalty, but he will return from Tottenham after he does the Euro Championship, and he will be a full-time Tottenham player. Now, for those who don't know, he was signed for a fee of around 30 million euros plus 5 million in euros in add-ons, plus the 10 million euro loan fee. So Spurs ultimately are looking at paying around 33 to 34 million pounds for this signing, including loan fee. Not happy with the price. I do think we'll be fleeced just a little bit. I do agree that young players are going to cost in and around that 30 million pounds, and 30 million pounds isn't necessarily a high fee. But I do feel like we've been fleeced just a little, considering we paid 10 million euro for the loan. It should have only been like an extra 20 million euros for the player, but it's cool. I think Matisse Tell has a decent upside. I think that he's a good all-round player on that left-hand side. He's not a striker. I get he is versatile, but I wouldn't play him in that centre-forward role. We've seen that during the absences of Solanke when he played there. He just looked like he was a bit confused. He drowned himself out a bit at times. So I don't necessarily think he's a player to take us forward at this moment in time, but Frank will make him better. There's no doubt. What I actually like about Tell is his ability to open up and create a shot for himself. He can do that, especially off that left-hand side. He cuts in on his right foot. He does look like he's confident in scoring goals, but he's just not got the quality. He's just not got the quality right now. And Jay, if the chat's moving crazy, you know you're my guy. You've got the authority to pattern up the chat and start doing what things need to be done. So, Jay, if things need to be patterned, please feel free to do so. Yeah, you're a moderator for a reason, so moderate, please. But yeah, look, I think that he's got some good attributes about him. He's good at running that play. He's got some good dribbles. You know, let me actually get out. This is what we can do. Let's do this. We usually do this. I haven't done it yet so far, but we'll talk about Tel and we'll do a data MB so we can actually look at Matisse Tel's season as of this year. But will he come up as a striker or winger? He's going to come up as a winger. Yeah, it's going to be annoying. Matisse Tel will come up as a winger, a striker, so it won't work properly. Because I was actually going to compare him to Rashford last year to see how a finished Rashford does against a new Matisse Tel. But it's a decent signing. It's a decent signing. I think Spurs could have done better. I think the money could have been used elsewhere. But I think he's a decent player. Tel's worth it 100% for a guy that didn't have match fitness before joining them, being a sub mainly. He showed potential and Frank likes him. So, and that's the thing. More than anything, I think that's the most important thing. I did see a report saying exactly that. It literally said, it said here from Alistair Gold, Thomas Frank was more than happy to give a green light to deal for Matisse Tel. So on that, with that in mind, I'm very big fan of bring the players that the managers want. Managers are always going to make players they want better. That's just how it works. That's how football works. If he wants a player, he's going to work with him a little bit more. He might be more inclined to do some out of hours work with him and so on. So bring players that he wants. If he wants Tel, bring him in. Bring him in. I wouldn't say it's timeout worthy, but if they're just saying something, man, just give me a little 60 seconds, innit? One of those ones. You know, just give me a little 60 seconds, just a reminder that this is a football chat, Tottenham transfer news show. We're not doing up comedy show, which I'm happy to do comedy shows sometimes, but not with bare gimmicks. Come on, man. Like, it's probably Donna speaking to herself as well, which is a bit crazy. But I hear you. I hear you. Yeah, see, just madness. Just, but I would love if we could get Paulinho off Bayern. Still think there's a player in him. I think Paulinho is a top player. I do agree, though. Some people have pointed out how I think for the 6 that we need in our system, they need to be a bit more mobile. They need to be a bit better with the ball. They need to be able to collect from the back and then play it forward. Paulinho is more of a break down and pass it off guy. He can break down the play really well, and if you want someone to just sweep up in front of the defense, he can do that role. I don't necessarily think he can control the game from the 6, and that's what I think that we need more than anything. Angelo Stiller is a very, very, very good option, but I do know that he's in talks with Real Madrid. I saw previously, so I don't know whether he is going to be doing whether he's going to be looking at a move to a team like Spurs. We do need to be honest with ourselves sometimes. We do need to be honest with ourselves. We are Tottenham, but we can't attract some of these players that are going to be in talks for the likes of Real Madrid and so on. So it has cooled off. You are right, Udang. It has cooled off, but that doesn't mean they might not come back in for him, because I think it's cooled off because they're probably looking at other options, but it's still very early on in the window. So Spurs do want him. They need to go get him now, ASAP, today, yesterday. But he needs to go and do it. And that's where the problem has lied right now. You know, it's Tottenham, they take a bit long in the transfer window, especially with Johan Langer. We're just waiting for something to pop up. And just like with the Matisse Tel stuff, we always knew it was happening in the background, but it just pops up and it's like, yeah, look, he's signed. So Matisse Tel, signing has happened. Overall, not a bad signing. It's a good upside. It's a good signing for the money when you consider how good he can be, but the money could have been spent elsewhere. So it's not a bad signing at all. Jordan doing the if Frank wants him, I want him here. No, that's not what I said. I haven't said that I want these players. I never said that I want to. I'm doing if Frank wants him, bring him in and see what Frank can do with him. That doesn't mean I back the signing. I back the manager. And if the manager wants a player, you bring them in. That's just how I work. Just like when Ange wanted Brennan Johnson, I wasn't for that signing. I don't want Brennan Johnson. But if Ange can make him be better, like he did this year, and he ultimately led us to winning something, I ain't got nothing to say about Ange or Brennan Johnson on that signing. Ange ultimately made a good signing that worked in the long run. He said, I always win things in my second season. That signing he made ensured that he always wins things in the second season. So, no, not doing anything. Ashley, yeah, I'm not doing that, Ashley. But Frank's pull is strong. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that. I hope his pull is strong. I hope so. But let's look at some of these other ones. Spurs now looking at right side attackers. I see that there was a report that I saw a bit further up. This one. Or do you know what? Before I go to that, I got the one that people actually want to know. I got the one that people actually want to know because they may have seen this in they may have seen this. Let me see. Where is the report? Let's close that one. Let me just type it in. I have seen. So, as you heard me mention, the Spurs were interested in the duo at Manchester United, not just Marcus Rashford, but Spurs are also interested in Shirley Carter, man like Alejandro Garnacho. Yeah. Now, Tottenham are keeping tabs on the £70 million star. We already know that he wants a Premier League move. I don't know why we're looking to sign this confused man or woman, or I don't know what Alejandro is. Shirley Carter. Yeah. Not that there's a problem. You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to be whatever you want. Yeah. But he's confused. He's definitely confused. So I don't know why we want to sign him. Not a big fan of Garnacho, but he does want to move to a Premier League club. He's been linked with Newcastle, Villa, Tottenham, Chelsea, pretty much the same teams that Rashford and so on. You can see all the teams that are looking for wingers right now are being linked with the same players. João Pedro, MBUEMO, Semenyo. All of us are looking at very similar players because ultimately we all want Premier League proven players. So these players are all going to be moving to other Premier League clubs. Garnacho is one of these players who has now become an option for us. He's been rumored to be worth around 60 to 70 million pounds is what they want for him. That would be absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. If we sign Garnacho, I am crashing out. Yeah? The only nachos you eat are at the cinema. You don't get no Garnachos because he can't finish. He can't finish. He doesn't know what he's doing in the final third. And everyone's going to show me a couple of his decent goals. He does score a banger every now and then. I can't take nothing away from him. He's a good player when he's not in the final third. He can take on his man and beat his man down the wing. That's what he does decently. He also likes to drift into some good positions at times. But his decision-making is so bad. So bad. How many times have you watched Garnacho run through and goal and he does a P-roller? He does a P-roller. I can't stand watching Garnacho. I can't lie. So if he comes to Tottenham, I'd be fuming. My head would be on Mars. We cannot sign this player. This is one player I would tell you, yeah? This is one player, Ashley, that I would tell you right now, I wouldn't agree with Frank. I don't think Frank can get the best out of him. I think Garnacho needs a move to the likes of Napoli, the likes of Real Betis. He needs to move to the Serie A or the La Liga, and I think Garnacho becomes a top player. I actually do. I think he becomes a top winger if he goes to one of those leagues where there's a bit more spacing behind, a bit more focus on the tactical side of things, and you don't actually have to be so P&P fast and strong like you do in the Premier League. We've seen what going over to La Liga has done for Anthony, going to play for Real Betis. That's the thing, AB. He is only 20, and I agree with you. He's still young. He's still young. He's still got time. But when you say he's coachable, I think he's only coachable under the right managers in the right team. We know this guy believes in himself too much. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have belief in yourself. If you're someone that wants to do anything in life, you should think you're the best. I'm of that thought. I am. You guys know me, the way I speak about Tottenham. I'm arrogant. I'm on the humble thing. I'm going to talk your shit. Especially since you won our trophy. I'm going to talk my shit. But as a player, a part of a squad and a team, you could never be bigger than the team. You can't think you're bigger than the club. Garnacho was complaining about the 20 minutes he played in Europa League final because he thought he should start when he hadn't played good leading into the final. I don't get why this guy thinks at 20 years old he should be starting any final. He should just be happy to be a part of the squad. And this is where my problem would be. One of my biggest problems as to why I don't think he might not work out. Because he has some problems in the mental side of things. He needs to humble himself. He needs to realize the level of the Man United is not so high. The level of my game is not so high. You know, like Conte said. So go to a team that's not competing. Go to a team like Brighton, a team like Bournemouth, a team like West Ham, a team just below the level of Europe, or the teams that want to push on into Europe. And I think this player balls out. I think if he goes to a team where he can be the big man, he can come in there and be like, yeah, I play for Man United. I come from Carrington. You guys don't eat like me. You don't drip like me. If you go to one of those teams like Brighton, you can be that player and they're going to treat you like that player and you'll ball out over there. You'll ball out because you're playing in the transition. I think he needs to play in a team that's transitional too. But at Tottenham, at Man United, at a big club, he doesn't work. He doesn't work. He just thinks he's too big for the club. So I don't think that he would work at Tottenham. And I don't think he's that coachable. I think I hope he is. He is only 20. He's still very young. He's got such a big upside. Like his ceiling is high. His ceiling is high. Just doesn't look like he's ever going to reach that ceiling at this moment in time. But let me quickly go to the chat. We've got a few other ones. Would rather go for Gittins and spend 70 or 80. Nah, man. Gittins is going Chelsea. But I do. Njai is a good option. He would be a still very underrated. He's over at Everton, a team who are currently interested in what's going on at Spurs. They want Bissouma, I've heard, but they also want Richarlison back. So if they want Richarlison back, we can work out a deal where you get Njai, we give you Njai, you give us we get Njai, we'll give you Richarlison, swap deal, less money. Let's work something out over there. Let's work something out around that. Not in for this guy. Frank has a no dickhead policy, so it won't work with him. Yeah, man. No doubt about that. I don't think it would work. This CR7 wannabe, man did the CR7 underwear. Hell no. All right, big facts. Big facts. If Romero stays, I reckon he could kick Garnacho into line. Heard Fenerbahce want Bissouma for 20 million. Yeah, Bissouma's going to go for around 20 million. I don't think Bissouma will go for much more. We brought him for 25 and he was better before he came to us. So there's no doubt about that. Can Garnacho be kicked back into line by Romero? Potentially. We did also see some news on Romero today to say, well, I shouldn't say we saw news on Romero. We saw news from Diogo Simeone to say, I do want Cuti Romero. Obviously, he's a great player. So that's all been cleared up. Atletico Madrid are still very much in for Cuti Romero. And it's just a matter of when is he going to, when are they going to put in a bid that's actually worth our attention? Because right now, they've not given us any bids that is worthy of our attention. That's all it is. So we need to wait and see if that happens. But I do doubt it at this moment in time because it doesn't look like they've got the money to pay the 60 to 70 million that Spurs are looking for. So when people look at these big signings that we are making, we are also going to have a few sales. Have you seen people putting a Bissouma sale, Romero sale, maybe another big player I wouldn't be surprised to see head out. But yeah, man, look, people, I do need to head out. I got the school run. I'm not going to lie. I just got the school run. So I got to fly off right now. I'm ready late. But what I am going to do is we will be back. We will be back with some uploaded content. So look out all week. Gonna be heavy on the uploads yet again. So make sure post notifications are on to stay up to date with all of that stuff. If also, make sure you smash a like on the video. We should be on 50 likes. I don't know if we're there yet, but we should definitely be on 50 likes right now. And what I am gonna do, because we're gonna send you guys over to a Tottenham channel today. Because I know I tend to send you guys all over the gaff. But we're gonna send you over to the Tottenham channel. We're gonna send you over to Tottenham on tour. So if you go to hit a Durag Diaries raid in the chat, a DRD raid in the chat, let them know where you guys have coming from. You've come over from the DRD crew them. And yeah, smash a like on your way in for them. If you want to subscribe to them, feel free to. I'm not going to tell you what to do over their channel, but just smash a like on the video so they know we are good vibes over these sides. 5 likes away from 50. 5 likes away from 50. So would appreciate if we can get to 50 and the people can smash the like button on their way out. And how was foot golf? Foot golf was great. I'm actually going to release a reaction video to that because I'm not going to watch it and react to it, but there's going to be a few moments that I will react to, no doubt about that. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, man, look, people, bless up. Hope everyone enjoys the sunny weather. Looks amazing out there. Make sure you take your hay fever tablets if you've got that, because hey, I'm not looking forward to it already. I'm going to step out and probably be on my fucking knees, pause, but that's what it does to man. But yeah, man. See you.